partnership with Cisco and the One World charity, has funded Lifelines, a digital inclusion program which helps developing countries become part of the digital society. BT has donated both money and employees' time, transferring critical business skills to make the project a success. Lifelines aims to help India's poor rural communities by providing technology to get the latest and often vital farming knowledge to where it's needed most. Many rural communities' only knowledge of the outside world is gleaned from the traditional monthly heart or village meeting, and it's this that forms the basis of the Lifelines project.
BT and Cisco joined hands in bringing a technology in rural India. One World International Foundation is the organization who is promoting and developing information communication technologies for rural development by connecting communities and empowering people. The whole idea came up, why not a multi-stakeholder partnership could be developed with the common cause so that the rural India could be promoted for their development, for their upliftment, so that the digital divide could be reduced in urban and rural areas.
One of the biggest gaps in the rural economy is the absence of relevant, timely information, knowledge information. That farmers, which is the mainstay of India's economy, 65% of the people are dependent on this economy, they need it desperately, and they have a really very difficult time getting access to this kind of information.
Lifelines is a technology which is based on the telephone system, and through telephone, if the farmers are educated on day-to-day development, it will add value to their production, their livelihood and their living standards.
Small farmers cannot afford to go outside their village to use such kind of a service. Whatever information we get on radio, that's what we use.
Farmers are not that educated to get the information from books, from journals. The technology provides them the latest ideas and the latest information which is needed for agriculture development.
To use the menu in English, dial 1, Hindi 8, 25.
Farmers dial in this Lifelines number. They hear an automated menu where they can register their query.
मैं आपसे ये कृपया जानना चाहता हूँ, मैं अलीपुर से सुविधा रामकिशन बोल रहा हूँ। अब जो पपीता हम बोते हैं वो कितनी दूरी पर आना चाहिए और उसमें कौन सी खाद देनी चाहिए?
It is not a real-time service, so the farmer has to leave the query on the phone, and for which he gets a query ID. The query ID is then traced by the knowledge worker, and then he searches in the FAQ database of the Lifeline system. If it is available, then the query is directly hooked onto the phone and the query gets answered. If the answer is not available, then Lifeline service has partnered with a lot of agriculture experts who can provide the answer to various queries. And then knowledge worker answers back to the query which is hooked to the phone, and then farmer, after a day, he comes to the phone booth again, dials in the number, puts in his query ID, then he hears to the answer on the phone itself. With support from private organizations like BT and Cisco, and with their expertise, which their technical expertise or other expertise which they have in their own fields, can help civil society, private sector, government and communities can all work together in their own areas of expertise.
What appealed to me about the Lifelines model was that it was also rooted in fundamental business principles. I'm not talking about the profit motive. I'm really talking about things being market-driven, process-driven, market-driven, replicable, scalable. And I think those are the essential factors.
First of the Millennium Development Goal is poverty and reduction. If this technology can contribute to a great extent, add value to their production, to their livelihood, simultaneously if we educate them through this technology on health, we are addressing two major components of the Millennium Development Goals.
Whatever information we get is information for us. We'll get information about marketing, about new technologies. I will tell everybody to use this service. Even if they don't have a telephone, I have a telephone, so I can access my services to them and ask them to use the service.
Cell phones are increasingly accessible in the remote locations. So now you walk into the field and you go to the farmer and you say, you know, that looks like you've got a sick, really sick plant there. And would you like to find out what's wrong with it? And here's the solution. And it's magical. It really is magical.